These professional chefs all want to break into the top ranks of the world's culinary elite. Deciding who has the talent to cut it is MasterChef judge Gregg Wallace.
You should be very pleased with yourself. I love both your plates of food.
And culinary legend Michel Roux Jr. With 2 Michelin stars, he's expecting perfection.
It's good, but a turn of the pepper mill would have made a heck of a difference.
Cooking doesn't get better than this. From 64 hopefuls, just 8 great chefs remain in this professional competition. In the semi-finals, each day will see 2 chefs battle it out against each other. But only one can go through. Ludovic and Matt now face their most extreme culinary challenge yet: to step up to the stove in a Michelin-starred kitchen.
It's one step closer to the final, and I'd like to be the winner today, but I need to start fighting now.
I'm feeling under quite a bit of pressure. Today's a big day for me. This will be the toughest cooking challenge I've ever faced, without doubt.
Set in the heart of exclusive Mayfair, Maize offers one of the most revolutionary dining experiences in the capital.
The Maize restaurant in London is the first to achieve Michelin-star standard, serving tapas-style food. Miniature dishes that are quite simply exquisite.
Having gained its Michelin star within 8 months of opening, this cutting-edge restaurant challenges the starched white tablecloth approach of more traditional establishments.
There's not enough puree in that. It needs a bit more depth in the body.
The driving creative force behind Maize is executive chef Jason Atherton.
Jason is a driven young man that has trained with some of the greatest chefs in this world.
Can't use that, it's too hard.
He was the first British chef to complete a stage or apprenticeship at El Bulli in Catalonia, consistently voted the world's #1 restaurant.
Where's the cod? Where's the garnish for the cod?
Here he developed a fascination for innovative flavour combinations and tapas-style menus, which is reflected in the unique choice of dishes at Maize.
The essence of his tapas dining is beauty, great flavour and fast.
Scope 19. People want 6-7 courses in this restaurant at Michelin-star quality. At the same time, it would take 3 courses in a normal restaurant. So, you know, the pressure's on for these guys. They have to deliver.
Our semi-finalists are going to have to adapt to the pace of that kitchen. Great food in under 5 minutes. They've only got one chance to get it right. They better not mess that up.
Welcome to Maize. You've got a tough day ahead of you, and my expectations for you are high. You know, you're coming into a Michelin-star kitchen with 34 cooks who are dedicated to our cause, which is maintaining that Michelin-star level and pushing even further. Nothing's going to leave this kitchen unless it's 100%, so we don't have time to rest here. And you'll see today, when the heat's on, the heat's on. Kitchens are full of young, hungry, talented guys who want to be somebody. And to compete in that level, you have to have dedication, you've got to have skill, you've got to have perseverance, you've got to put your whole life on hold to be that chef you want to be.
I'm feeling under quite a bit of pressure. I need to be at the top of my game today. I've never cooked at a standard as high as this before, so it'll be good to get in there and test myself and see if I can live up to the standards that are in the kitchen already.
Matt is a true chef. He has grit, he has determination. He has improved with every round, and everything we have asked of him, he has given it to us.
Matt does beautiful presentation. He truly does understand what's needed for food at Michelin-star level.
Fantastic colours. Very artistic. You've given it height as well. I like it.
Sometimes there is excellence about Matt's food, but he also commits the silliest of errors.
The raspberry sauce is just a little sharper than you would like.
The one big mistake on here is the roasting of the meat.
He's got to iron those out today. He's got to produce fault-free food.
Today's going to really test my ability, my knowledge. It's going to test everything that I am as a chef. I really need to go in that kitchen, perform and not make mistakes and show that I can cook at this level, that I'm good enough to be here.
It is a dream come true today, cooking a Michelin-starred standard with a great chef. And yeah, hopefully I'm gonna do well and I'm gonna show what I can do in there. Can I?
Ludovic is a really experienced French chef. He wowed the critics with that lovely oyster jelly.
There's some really, really clever stuff going on here. A miracle. Who is this guy?
I do believe we have uncovered a real superstar.
My only worry with Ludo is that he occasionally gets complacent.
You've got 4 minutes left, Ludo. How long does these take to cook?
They take 8 minutes, chef.
Ludovic has to focus. He is going to have to be 100% on the ball all the way through service.
Today there's no room for errors. Every cooking that you do need to be perfect. It's gonna be very hard, but I am very excited to be here.
5 minutes. Yeah, I need to get on the stoves in 5 minutes. Hurry up.
With just 2 hours to service, Jason expects Matt and Ludovic to master their dishes. In order to send out Michelin-starred food within minutes of being ordered, Jason has adopted the line cooking method, where up to 5 chefs can be responsible for each intricate plate.
Hurry up and get set up, yeah?
Yes.
Ludovic and Matt must slot in perfectly with the 34 chefs Jason depends upon to deliver.
Faster, Bashir, yeah? Faster.
Matt's dish is monkfish with a bourguignon garnish of mushroom, pancetta and onions with a red wine sauce.
That's our lovely shaped monkfish, you see? The sort of key components for the monkfish dish for Matt really is timing, communication, and obviously making sure everything's cooked to perfection. That's your presentation side. Okay, so that always hits the pan first, okay? All right. If we can't cook a piece of fish correctly, then we don't deserve our mantle as being one of the best restaurants in London. That's the bottom line. See the colour on that? Sure. Yeah, that's the colour we want. I mean, it's plain and simple. The biggest mistake Matt can make with this dish is overcooking the fish. A little bit more butter to stop it burning, because if the butter burns, it goes black, then the fish goes black, and that's it. Then we're back to square one again. Fish is overcooked, it's a catastrophe. Not only are you messing up that dish, you mess up 5 other sections dishes, which puts everybody else behind, and that's something what can't happen at this level. Right, garnish up, guys, yeah?
When the other chefs have the garnishes ready, Matt will then have to plate the dish up to Jason's exacting standards.
So that's your dish you're going to be cooking today, monkfish bourguignon.
Finish up.
And that's exactly how I want it presented.
To come into a Michelin-star kitchen and know that you've got to produce Michelin-star food is tough enough, but then to be told you've got to do it in 5 minutes just takes it to another level.
Ludovic is responsible for quail cooked 2 different ways. A braised leg and pan-fried breast, served on a base of pear sliver and chutney, accompanied by a poached quail's egg, topped with a cep risotto.
Ludovic?
Yes.
We're going to start the risotto.
Ludovic's 2 big challenges will be to perfect the pre-blanched cep risotto
You cook the risotto until the cep dries up a little bit.
Exactly.
and roast off a tiny quail's breast in foaming butter in just 5 minutes.
You lay that in there. You see, it's already pink. You see that, yeah?
Yeah.
The tricky bit is he's got to make sure he keeps the beautiful pinkness of the bird. The key to the meat being cooked to perfection is just doing it nice and gently, you know? Because quails are so delicate. They're such a small little bird, you know? So you've got to keep that, you know, that heat not too fierce. Cook it too quickly and he shrivels up, you know?
Okay.
Okay. If he doesn't get the breast beautifully pink, we start again. Okay, that's what we're looking for, yeah? Okay. Then we're ready for plating. So we'll bring that over.
Once the other chefs provide their elements, Ludovic will need to bring them together.
We want to hit the customer looking like that, you know?
Fine.
All right. This is Michelin-star food cooked very, very quickly, and it's put some massive pressure on him. So, you know, I'm looking to see if he's going to buckle under that pressure.
I expect that it's going to be very difficult to cook very nice food in 5 minutes, but I'm not scared, and I think I can do it.
The first diners are arriving for lunch. The pressure is on for Ludovic and Matt to cook to Michelin-star standards as they vie for a place in the final.
It's a big day for them. You know, I remember the first time I walked into a Michelin-star restaurant, I was terrified.
The diners will be waiting. The chef's name is on the door. They cannot afford to mess up.
People come to this restaurant to spend a lot of money, and I'm not sending food out that kitchen what isn't correct. And if it's not correct, they'll be taken off the station. That's just, you know, it's just plain and simple as that.
Good, thank you very much.
Tomorrow, listen up, check on, yeah. 2 quail, Ludovic.
Yes,
1
chef.
croque monsieur, follow lamb well done. 2 monkfish there, Matt, yeah?
The individual chefs are responsible for getting their dishes up in 5 minutes. They must communicate with each other or the line will fall apart.
It's too thick, though. It's too thick, yeah, good enough. Okay. It's too thick, watch that risotto, yeah?
With 2 quail on order, Jason is relying on Ludovic, or he will have to replace him.
Are we looking?
We're coming now.
Yeah.
Ludovic has had issues with his timings before, but today that's not an option.
Risotto in there, please, let's go, yeah?
Yes.
Nicely, yeah?
Yes.
Make sure you count it down, Ludovic, yeah? So the guy on the croque monsieur knows.
Yes. Yeah. Where's the...
Pick it up by its stem, not by its leaves, Ludovic, okay?
Yes. Where's the quail sauce?
Yeah, very, very nice, Ludovic, yeah? I want it to stay like
you,
that
chef.
for the rest of the service, yeah? Follow 1 quail, Ludovic, follow 1 monkfish there, please, Matt, yeah? Yeah, Matt, you listening? Just make sure you concentrate, yeah?
Small cooking errors have been Matt's weakness, and to cook monkfish well needs absolute precision.
Sticking a wee bit.
Caught on the bottom there. Yeah, it's no good. Slow down the lamb, yeah? Okay. So if you've made a mistake, you need to slow the rest of the kitchen down because obviously they're still going because they don't know what's going on. In about half an hour's time, we're going to be in full flow. So just make sure we're that you concentrate. Pressure's on. Got to make sure we get this right.
Yes, sir. I've just got to restart the monkfish again. I've got to make sure I get this one right. So.
How long for the monkfish?
2 minutes, chef.
Don't be shy, Matt. Speak up, yeah? 2 monkfish, 1 minute, yeah?
Yes, chef.
30 seconds, 2 monkfish.
30 seconds, garnish up, please.
Over that.
Okay.
It's a little bit under that, Matt. Put it in the oven for 30 seconds, please.
Sure.
Right, fish out, let's go.
Jason is unwilling to let Matt plate up his monkfish until he's mastered the cooking of it.
Service. 19, let's go. 19.
Is you ready to order? The organic quail. Can I have the quail?
Quail?
1 crab apple, 2 scallops, octopus, scallops, 2 quail, foie gras, 3 monk, pork langoustine, 3 pigeon and a pork, eh?
We chef.
Inundated with quail orders,
Is that 1 quail coming?
Yes.
Hurry up, Ludovic, yeah? You're slowing the service down.
Chef.
Ludovic is just about keeping up.
2 quail on 37, go down, Ludovic, yeah? 2 quail, 5 minutes from now.
We chef.
But the finer details are starting to slip.
You got some better herbs than that, yeah? Ludovic, some better herbs on than that, please, yeah?
Yes.
Hurry up. When it's finished, Ludovic, you bring it over to me, please, yeah?
We chef. I'm sweating like a piggy. It's going quite well, but they're very demanding.
Yep, fine. Okay. Yep, pass on to the waiter. On there. Well done, Ludovic.
Thank you, chef.
As those 2 monkfish come out of the pan, I want 3 more straight down there, Matt, yeah?
Yes, chef.
An hour into service, Matt's monkfish orders are piling up and he's still struggling.
Matt, when you're working, Matt, listen. Don't bring the pan to the table, because you'll cause an accident. Right, sir. Leave the pan on the stove and take the butter to the pan, yeah?
With his reputation at stake, Jason has to intervene.
You've got to keep like a nice even heat in the pan. If you do it too much over here, then you lose the heat in the pan, you know? So like that. That needs to come out now anyway. It's going to get overcooked. It's gone. Take that one out. Get another one down. Go on, step it up again now then, yeah? Yes, sir. Been around 3 times to show you that, yeah? Hurry up.
Yes, sir.
Matt's struggling a little bit there on service there, and obviously at this level we can't afford for things to slow down like that.
This is Matt's last chance to prove himself.
How long, Matt, on the monkfish?
1.5 minutes, chef.
Nice monkfish, Matt.
Thanks, chef. Not the best start, but I'm getting there now. I think I'm getting into the swing of it, so yeah, I'm okay.
Table 10 coming, 2 quail on 10, yeah? I'm going to quail and asparagus, no mac and cheese on 43, yeah? I want table 10 out and I'm waiting on 1 and table 12. 6 quail working there, Ludovic, yeah?
So far, Ludovic has overshadowed Matt. But Michelin standards demand that every dish is consistent, even when the heat is really on.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
You're missing the herbs.
Yeah.
There's please. 30 seconds on that quail there, yeah? It's all burnt now, no?
Okay. Yeah, I do 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hurry up. Yeah.
You've got lots of orders. It's hard to remember them all. And sometimes you run out of time. You don't hear, you don't answer. And yeah, I just running like a madman.
In this kitchen, the pressure is on to deliver high-speed Michelin-star food, right until the last order is out.
Service. Well done, Ludovic.
Thank you, chef. Thank you.
Tough?
Yeah. Today took all the life out of me. One service and the life been drained out of me. So yeah, it's very tough. But I'm happy with what I did, even if it wasn't up to standard sometimes. So yeah, I'm fairly pleased with myself.
It was evident straight away when I got in there that the bar was very slightly higher than what I'm used to, and they expected the best, you know. I believe that's where I belong and that's where I aspire to be. I've got a long way to go, a lot of work to do, but I want to get there.
Ludovic and Matt must compete once more. Both have to recreate Jason's signature dish, roasted pigeon with a quenelle of chocolate ganache, textures of celeriac and a blueberry and port sauce.
I'm looking for that step up to the plate, that dedication, that skill, and hopefully, you know, they're going to relish this challenge and really impress me. Presentation is important, but you know, the first and foremost thing for me is making sure that the flavour is absolutely bang on, because if the flavour's not bang on, guests don't come back.
Inventive food combinations are Jason's trademark, but balancing the distinct flavours of pigeon, celeriac, chocolate and blueberry will test Matt and Ludovic's skills to the limit.
If it's Michelin quality and they get the flavour right, for me they've got a winning dish.
Jason's gonna expect a lot. It's his own dish. He creates those dishes from his heart, and it's something that he believes in. So it's not for us to mess it up, really.
I feel under a wee bit of pressure now, cooking for Jason. It's his signature dish, you know, and I don't want to mess it up. I think I proved to him this morning I can cook under his instruction. Now I've just got to prove to him I can cook without him showing me, you know.
Things they have to get right are rendering the legs down properly, making sure they're beautiful and crispy. And if you don't render that down enough, it gets chewy and it's inedible. Getting that breast cooked to rare, because as soon as pigeon goes past rare, it gets really livery. making sure the chocolate ganache is sort of just starting to melt. Don't want it to completely disappear, just starting to melt in the sauce. You know, at this level, at the end of the day, it's all about the finer details, and that's their job today, to get those finer details right.
So, pas le chef.
Thank you. What you've done there is recreate the flavour, and that's the most important thing for me. On a negative point, the pigeon's a little bit overcooked. The skin was a little bit chewy for not rendering it down enough. Slow-rat puree could have been a little bit smoother. Okay. But, you know, apart from that, on a positive, the sauce was the biggest success in that dish. The sauce was fantastic. It was really good. You know, that sauce for me is Michelin-star standard. So obviously at some point in your life you've been making sauces at some sort of level, because that's a fantastic sauce, you know.
I'm blushing. It was nerve-wracking to do it for such a perfectionist. It makes me realize that I still have a lot to learn. But when Jason commented about my sauce, Michelin-star level, it is heart-pumping. It is nice to hear. And it's all I want to do, bring happiness to people with my food.
Cooking the pigeon's nice. Just don't like to see it sliced, because pigeon breasts are so delicate and so small, they don't retain the heat. Okay. So it impacts on the flavour. Chocolate ganache, you got that fantastic texture, really nice. I'm really impressed with that. The flavour's great. The puree is really nice and smooth. All in all, for me, Matt, it's a job well done.
Okay, thank you.
You've come here and cooked for a Michelin-star chef to a very high standard, so, you know, I'm very impressed, Matt, yeah?
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you. It was good to have great comments from a great chef. You know, I'll take away a lot of positives that he said about my food, and I'll refine the negatives, and I'll get it right.
They really did themselves proud today, and I'm really pleased with their performance. Ludovic was better in service, no two ways about that. He was more confident, more assertive, but this afternoon Matt picked him to the post with the signature dish. It was far better, and it was just really hard to pick from them today, and I'm sort of still sitting on the fence 50-50.
Today has just emphasised the fact to me that this is where I want to be, this is the kind of cooking I want to do, and I want to go to the very top. You know, I want to win the competition, and I will do everything in my power to get there.
Now I'm really clear that I've got all the ingredients to make a great chef. So I'm gonna put them in my basket, and I'm gonna go for the win on MasterChef.
Ludovic and Matt must take everything they've learned today back to the MasterChef kitchen, where they'll battle it out for a place in the finals.
They have now seen and experienced Michelin-starred kitchens. They now have to use that experience and be inspired.
Let's see if they can produce something close to Michelin. That's what it's going to take to get them into the next round.
This competition now is everything to me. It's become so intense, and everything's riding on this. It's the only thing I'm thinking about at the minute. This is a big dream of mine, and I'll keep on fighting for it.
I've got what it takes, but today it's about impressing the judges. I want to show them that I'm maybe not a genius yet, but there is something in me who can make me win MasterChef. I've got an edge.
Today is do or die. This is their last chance to show what they're made of.
Welcome back, guys. This is now make or break. One chef against another. We want to see two great dishes. Dishes that can prove to us that you really want that place in the next round. Cook from the heart and really mean it.
At the end of this, one of you goes through, one of you goes home. You have 1 hour. Good luck, off you go.
Two chefs, one against one. Best one wins. No hiding place. They have to prove to us that they really deserve to go through. The pressure is on.
The experience in the restaurant was pretty inspirational for me. I don't feel I did as well as I should have done there. There was some little downsides for me, lack of focus at times, but I believe I'm here because the judges have seen potential in me, so I'm just going to repay that faith now and show them that I can do it.
Matt's hoping to prove his Michelin-star potential with a starter of seared scallops on a cauliflower and cumin puree with a fennel and apple salad.
That all sounds really delicious to me. Now, my only worry is that there might be too many flavours contrasting with that very delicate scallop. This is really going to be a test of his palate skills and his presentation, because it has to be delicate and it has to be perfect.
Matt's main course is medallions of pork with a bourguignon garnish, macerated and pickled swede, and a masala sauce.
Are these dishes yours?
There's a bit of influence from what I did in the restaurant the other day there. I took on board the ideas that they had and I've changed it a little bit and combined it with some things that I think will work, and hopefully you'll be impressed with the simplicity and the flavour combination that I've put together.
What was the main lesson from that Michelin-star kitchen that was most relevant to you?
Ooh. Just high standards, you know, there's no compromise in a kitchen like that, you know, and everybody has to achieve perfection every single time, you know, and I will prove to you today that I can cook and I can get perfection. I don't want to be going home. This is everything. I'm going to give it my all.
Has he really got the skills to bring these two plates alive and knock Ludo out of the competition?
Criticism's the thing I look for because it makes me stronger as a chef and makes me better. And today I just want to show that I've taken on board everything that all the guys have said to me along the way, and I'm just going to put it all together and produce some really good food.
You're halfway. Gentlemen, you have 30 minutes left.
Working in the Michelin kitchen was a dream come true. Inspiring, motivating. It makes you realize what can be achieved in a kitchen, really. In Michelin-star restaurant, it's all about timing. My timings are not brilliant, and so today I'm gonna try to work as if I was a Michelin-star chef.
Ludovic's aiming to raise the bar with a first course of lobster and mango millefeuille on a salad of baby spinach leaves.
Lobster and mango salad. I know this dish inside out. I know what it's supposed to taste like. And if you get the balance right between the acidity and that lovely sweet lobster, it's a great combination.
For his main course, Ludovic's cooking loin of pork with a side of apple, potato fritter, spring greens and a cider reduction.
How much is competition beginning to mean to you?
Making it to the end means the world. It was a long journey, but I think I deserve to be here.
Is your food changing? Because you're a decent chef, is your food changing for MasterChef?
No, it's not. It's all, I've always cooked from my heart, and if people don't like my heart, I can't do anything about it.
It's been good enough so far. Is it going to be good enough to get you through to the final?
It's going to be better today and finer.
We know Ludo's a good chef, but can he really raise pork and fritter up to Michelin-star level?
Ludo did have little issues with timing, and he did have the look of being a bit laid back in the last round. He can't afford to do that in this one.
If I was to go out today, I'd be absolutely devastated. I never realized that I could go so far in a competition, but now it's only winning and finishing the race. I want to be MasterChef.
Last 5 minutes, guys. Last 60 seconds. That's it. Time's up.
Matt's first dish is pan-fried scallops on a cauliflower and cumin puree with a fennel, apple and poppy seed salad.
It looks pretty as a picture. It's very dainty and very Maize. Light, intelligent presentation of food. That's lovely. Scallops are beautifully cooked, really flavoursome. The cauliflower puree has a good kick of cumin. The apples give texture and a little bit of acidity. It looks great, and I think it tastes as good as it looks.
Thank you.
Very nice and very different.
Matt's hoping to consolidate on an impressive start with medallions of pork, a bourguignon garnish, macerated and pickled swede, and a masala sauce.
Visually, my only gripe would be there's not enough vegetables. It's just missing a bit of colour. Ever so slightly overcooked, that pork. I prefer it pink. The swede that's been cooked in some sherry vinegar and olive oil is quite shocking at first. It's offset by the fact that the sauce is very sweet. You need to tone down just a little bit of both of them, just to get a real good harmony.
Yep.
It is a good dish. However, the balance of flavours are not quite what I'm expecting.
The amalgamation of all those flavours, I think, are lovely. You have managed to pull off very unusual flavour combinations that actually work really well. And you have done that twice today. You should be very pleased with yourself. I love both your plates of food.
I'm pleased. I am pleased, yeah. I took on board criticisms that you've both given me and at the restaurant the other day, and just tried to produce 2 plates of food from my knowledge and from any knowledge that was passed on. You know. I'm hoping that my dishes will have been enough to put me through. From the comments I got, I don't see any reason why they won't, but Ludovic is a tough competitor, and we'll just see.
Ludovic's first dish is lobster and mango millefeuille on a salad of baby spinach leaves.
It looks really nice. That lovely mango and the red lobster, and it does look inviting. It's good, Ludovic, but it needs acidity. We've got the sweetness of the mango, and it's almost overpowering the lobster. It's just lacking that balance. I mean, really, just a squeeze of lime juice, a turn of the pepper mill would have made a heck of a difference.
I think the fruitiness of the mango and the sweetness, natural sweetness of the lobster is a wonderful flavour combination, but it doesn't set the world on fire.
Ludovic's hoping his second dish, pork loin with a side of apple, potato fritter, spring greens and a cider reduction, will be admired for both presentation and flavour.
Beautifully placed, clean lines. It shows attention to detail and shows professionalism. One thing, though, that does scream out to me is not enough sauce. There are some great flavours in there, Ludovic. The potato fritter is delicious. The pork, ever so slightly overcooked. It's well seasoned, though. This little salad of raw apple, grain mustard, and a little bit of bacon in there is quite delicious. There are component parts that I really like. I don't think that really works, though, with the roast pork.
Pork for me, beautifully flavoured, still moist. Love the cabbage, love the sauce, love that potato fritter, absolutely lovely. Even like the mustard seeds. I find raw apple not unpleasant, but strange.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a bit gutted. I want it to be too different, maybe make too much of an impact. And I didn't make the impact that I wanted to do.
Very well done. We've now got a tricky judging decision to make. We'll get you back in as soon as we've made it. Thank you, gentlemen. Off you go.
I think we've got two good chefs here, two chefs with good knowledge, good basic skills, and a fair amount of understanding. I think the question is, who is developing and who has already peaked? I think Matt has come a long, long way. His cooking has got better and better. The scallops were beautifully seared and crisp on the outside and sweet. The cauliflower puree had that big kick of cumin.
Gave it a sort of Indian finish, which I really enjoyed.
And that crunch and tartness of the green apple rolled in poppy seed I thought was an inspiration. It all gelled together and worked perfectly as a dish. Matt's main course of little medallions of fillet of pork were lovely and golden brown on the outside. I found them a little bit dry on the inside. The sauce was possibly a bit too sweet for my palate.
There was vinegar sharpness there as well. When I added everything together, the sweetness and the sharpness, I really enjoyed it.
I think Matt has got a good palate and he understands flavours because pork does need a little bit of sweet and sour.
I really gave it my best shot in there today. I achieved everything I wanted to achieve out of the day, and I just really have to wait and see if the judges have seen that in me, seen my potential and think I can go further, because I believe I can.
Ludovic really wowed us in the last round. He pulled the stops out and gave us some sublime cooking. We were expecting something really fantastic today. The lobster and mango salad was pretty as a picture.
That was real precision. It was a perfect column of those two ingredients. It looked great.
If only the taste could have matched the presentation, we would have had a winning dish there.
His pork with the spring green, I thought was a nice idea. I loved that potato fritter.
He put that on the plate with some raw sliced apple, seasoned with a bit of grain mustard and slithers of crispy bacon. That was really delicious. I enjoyed eating that. In my view, if we'd taken away the apple salad and put on a lot more sauce, that would have been a really good dish.
I want to go through. I wish they let me through. But in the bottom of my heart, I don't think I did enough to impress them. I didn't show them enough flair for my dishes.
They both did make small errors, but there is no disguising the talent amongst those two. Which one are we going to have?
Matt has obviously learnt so much from his experience in a Michelin-starred kitchen, and that showed today.
I didn't expect Matt to cook as well as he did. He's had issues in previous rounds where Ludo is completely the opposite. He has excelled in previous rounds and has disappointed today. I don't know...
How do we separate them? It's got to go on merit. I mean, it's... Oh. Can Matt reproduce this in the next round? Or do we go the safe route and put Ludo through?
The chef going through to the next round is Matt.
Can you win it? Yeah. Go and start. I'm going out on a good note. I'm happy with what I did. I wouldn't want to win it. I didn't do enough.
This is massive. The last 4 MasterChef, it's bordering on a dream come true, you know. I can't wait to just get back and do some more cooking and prove that they made the right decision by putting me through.
What Matt has achieved here today is nothing short of phenomenal.
If Matt can keep learning at this rate, who knows where he'll end up?
Bring on the next round and let's see what happens there.
Matt will be back to battle it out for the title of Professional MasterChef.